From Zagreb, we go to the Junior Grand Prix. The Junior Grand Prix series was so competitive this season. I would say in almost every discipline on the Junior Grand Prix, you had some stiff competition until we finally whittled it down to the top six from the Junior Grand Prix. So, my prediction for the Junior Grand Prix, starting with the pairs, I do think if I had to put them in first place, I would put Zai Shun Zhang and Yi Hong Wan. This young Chinese pair, I feel like they already have a lot of their elements at a senior level. They don't skate like seniors. They skate very much like juniors. They're packaged very much like a junior pair. But all of those elements that the Chinese pair program is known for, good twists, good throws, good lifts. We're not going to talk about the side by side. They already have all of those things. So for me, definitely, if they're clean, I think this could be an easy win for this pair. In second place, I would put Jasmine Desrocher and Kyron Tasher. This is a pair that sort of probably has one more season to polish themselves off in junior before they make that transition to senior. They have some really, really nice elements. They're very musical. They connect well with each other. They are very inconsistent. They are very inconsistent, so you never quite know what you're going to get with this pair. But there's a lot to like about this pair, so I would put them in second place. In third place, I would put Olivia Flores and Luke Wynn. I adore this young couple. They are the most musical, the most performative skater, especially him. They have a choreo sequence, and you know Luke is he is living for that choreo sequence. They're a very emotive skater. They listen to their music. They project well. Some of the elements are not always as stable as some of their competitors, but this is definitely a pair that I'm like fully invested in, and I want to see how they grow. Then you also have like Romani Telemarki and Lucas Colon. This is another young pair who could definitely have a moment here if the side by side jumps are landed and the rest of the program is clean. Also, I would put in fifth place Julia Quattoroshi and Simon Desmares. There's elements about this pair that I do like, but I also feel like they don't really leave much of an impression. So they do have to work on who it is they are, but then they're juniors, so they have lots of time to finally figure this out. And then last, I'm gonna put the Japanese pair of Sumizu and Lucas Tsutoshi Honda. They are great single skaters, and you could tell that in their side by side, but they're still doing a double twist. Sometimes they do a double throw, so their elements are just not quite at the level of their competitors, but you never know. You never know. But for now, I would have them in sixth place. As for the men, I think it's whoever is clean, because every one of these skaters in the top six at the junior men and this competition could win it, or they could be in sixth place. For me, if I had to rank them at number one, I would put Sena Takahashi, followed by Rion Nakata, followed by Menkyu So, followed by Yahoo Lee, then Lucas Vaklasvik, then Jacob Sanchez. The reason why I'm putting Senna in first place is because he's such an exquisite skater. And he's probably one of the more consistent skaters on the junior circuit. I feel if he comes out here, he's clean, he's consistent, definitely he could win this. Rio can also win this, but he is very inconsistent. Sometimes you'll get a clean short, but not a clean free. You'll get a clean free, but only after he struggled in the short. So it would have to be too clean program from Rion for him to really solidify himself as the winner here. Then, even though I have Menkyu in third place, that doesn't mean he could not win it here. This is an exquisite skater with beautiful posture, wonderfully musical, nice deep edges, just light. He also just recently competed at the Korean ranking competition, which is their version of the national, where he was second. So definitely that high could give him another boost to get him, you know, to win here at the Grand Prix final. But for now, I have him in third place. Young Hao, again, another skater that I love, who is so expressive. He doesn't have the technical firepower of some of his competitors, but he's got the extension. His skating is centered. He's got the beautiful hand movement, the nice back. Like, he presents his programs so well. So again, depends. If everyone else is clean and he's also clean, he doesn't have the technical firepower. So there it is. Lucas, definitely more of a jumper. You know, there definitely needs to be more work on the other aspect of skating. But so for me, I would have him in fifth. And then I would have Jacob Sanchez. Honestly, I think Jacob is gonna win here. The only reason why I have Jacob in sixth place is because he's so inconsistent. And every time I have Jacob to win, it doesn't work out that way. And every time I put him in sixth place, he ends up doing really well. So I do think Jacob will likely win this event, or at least be on the podium. But for now, because I don't know what his consistency level is, I'm going to put him in sixth place. But he did just win, a senior competition. So that's probably giving him a really nice confidence boost. So we would have to see. Then we move on to the ice dance. So my prediction for the Junior Grand Prix final in terms of the ice dance, I'm gonna go with Katerina Wolfkasten and Dmitry Sharevsky. I really like both of their program. I didn't think I would ever say this, but I really, really like their Moulin Rouge. I felt like after, Tessa and Scott, I would never like another Moulin Rouge in ice dance, but they are doing a lovely Moulin Rouge. Katerina is giving us everything in that Moulin Rouge. I'm surprised they don't fall to the ice and die dramatically, because they're giving us everything else. So definitely for me, I would put them in first place if they're clean. And that is the thing, if they're clean. In second place, I would put Naomi, Maria Talley, and Noah Lafanala. This skater, these two young skaters are very much in that school of Italian skating where they are just very technically proficient. And I think I heard one of the commentators say like they run their program endlessly. They do countless number of run through. So they're a little faster than some of their competitors. Their edge are a little deeper. Their turns are a little cleaner. However, that emotional connection that I get from Katerina and Dmitry, I do not really get from this pair. This is a very business-oriented young pair. Again, they're young, they're juniors, so there's definitely room for that to grow. That's why I'm putting them in second place. In third place, I'm putting Selena Fragi and Jean Han Fournier. I really like this pair. This is their fourth, I think this is their fourth season on the Junior Grand Prix, and they've literally slowly but surely made their way up the rank. You could tell there's a level of maturity about this pair. There's a level of sureness, there's a level of just a little bit more sophistication, a little bit more unison, a little bit more understanding. But I feel that all comes from the fact that they have been together for so long, that they've grown together, their skatings have grown together. So I really do like this pair. So I would have them in third place. Ah, my goodness. Then the rest of the podium is a little difficult for me to pick But I would say in fourth place, Arena Pegami and Autumn Koval. Then in fifth place, I would put Daria Grem and Mikhail Savarsky. I do really like this pair. I do like Daria and Mikhail. I think they're a great pair. They're another pair who's been on the junior circus for quite a while. They're making their way up the rank. Honestly speaking, when this season started, I honestly expected them to be the front runner in the junior Grand Prix to like take that title, but unfortunately they have struggled this season, and I'm also not crazy about their programs, rhythm or free dance. So we will have to wait and see how they do. And then in sixth place, I would put Alina Pearl and Ethan Pearl. This is a very proficient business-like team. Again, I just don't really feel anything from this pair. They are incredibly powerful, incredibly fast, good ice coverage. Technically, there is nothing for me to bash this pair on. They're just not my cup of tea. And then the women. I feel like for the women, in terms of who's gonna win, that's an easier prediction to make. But the rest of the podium is gonna be incredibly difficult for me to say which way it could go. It could go any which way. I feel like as long as she's clean and stays on her feet for two program, Mal Shimada should easily win this event. Just be clean enough and stay on her feet. Now, the rest of it, I don't know. If I had to pick, because I am picking right now, I would go with Karuku Wada. What a lovely skater. What an amazing young skater. That buttery, soft knee that's so typical of Japanese skating. Those beautiful counters where you get to see her control of the inner and outer edge, her posture, her beautiful hand movement. This is an exquisite skater. That I'm invested. Then in third place, I have Amni Nakai. Amni is also another wonderful young skater coming out of Japan. But Amni, out of all the other competitors competing here, is slightly more inconsistent. And that's the only reason why I don't have her higher, is because of her lack of consistency. In fourth place, and she could easily be on this podium. One jump, one downgrade is all it would take for her to be on this podium, is Yi Hong Wang, another skater that has so much potential, nice musicality, good speed, wonderful spins, just the potential to be a really well-rounded skater. She could easily be on the podium. Then in fifth place, I have Yusung Kim, the other half of the Kim twin. Again, this is a young skater that's growing. You could tell she's growing into her limb. She's growing into who she is as a skater. There's definitely work to be there, but it is a diamond in the rough, so it could definitely be polished. And then in sixth place, and again, I'm not counting her out for a possible podium finish or even a win, is Stefania Glacki. What a fighter. This skater is a fighter. Throughout this season, we have seen her fought for every jump, for every landing, and I cannot imagine that not happening here. So honestly, women, other than first place, I really don't know what's gonna happen with second to third. It could go, it could honestly, truly go anyway, and I feel like we're just gonna have to wait and see. But you guys let me know. What are your predictions for the Junior Grand Prix? Who do you think will come out on top? Let me know in the comments below.